White pants, black male, white pants, black zip-up hoodie, walking on Leonard towards Broadway on the phone. White pants! I gotta go get him!
Black male wearing white pants that might be in my Leonard.
64 is out with him. Put the phone down. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up.
This body cam footage out of Bedford, Ohio, starts with absolute chaos reports of shots fired in an AutoZone parking lot, a young woman critically wounded, and officers scrambling to lock down a suspect before he disappears. But what makes this case so intense is that within minutes, police are dealing with a boyfriend claiming self-defense, witnesses giving conflicting accounts, and a relationship that multiple people describe as completely toxic. Watch closely, because nearly every statement in this investigation changes how the shooting is understood. And later, witness testimony will directly challenge parts of the suspect's version of events. The question is, was this truly self-defense, or did an argument spiral into something far more tragic?
I got you. You're good. I got you. You're good.
We got him detained right here.
Stand up. Don't touch his hands anymore.
Copy.
Yep, you got it. Oh, you're good. The back of the police car. Where's your phone at? On the ground?
He got it.
All right. Yeah, you got the phone. All right, come on over here. Go ahead, face this way. Spread your legs for me. What's going on? What happened today?
I told her she was supposed to be trespassing my house for incidents at my house, breaking my windshield and stuff. And I told her pretty much not to come back. We kind of got into it this morning, and I was telling her not to come to my house. She was begging to come to my house, and telling her, please do not come to my house. Not come to my house, not come to my house. As the biggest rule, because now I get in trouble with my mom. It's something in my house. To leave, trying to like, told her to leave. I didn't want to talk to her. She came to my house. To leave, I talked to her. My mom told her to leave. She kept going.
Who is she?
Huh?
Who is she?
My girlfriend. I told her to leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. I feel threatened. And want me to keep my leg in?
No, go put your leg in there. Where's the gun at?
I threw it away.
Huh?
I threw it away.
Where?
In the sewer.
Huh?
In the sewer.
What sewer?
Not really too sure.
All right, listen. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you.
Notice how quickly officers move once they identify the suspect walking away from the scene. This is textbook high-risk detention procedure. They already know someone has been shot, and they have reason to believe the suspect may still be armed. So the commands become loud, repetitive, and direct. Hands up. Officers are trying to overwhelm confusion and gain compliance before the situation escalates. What's interesting here is that despite the tension, the officers avoid unnecessary force once he complies. They immediately secure his hands, check for weapons, and begin controlling the scene. That balance between urgency and restraint is critical in cases like this. And remember, at this point, police still don't know whether they're dealing with murder, self-defense, or an active threat with additional victims possible.
Okay, is there anything you wish to tell us? I know you said that you got into it with your girlfriend, right? Where do you live at? You live in and she came to your house today?
Yes.
How'd you get over here?
I was going to AutoZone because I have a bad battery, I believe.
You're going to AutoZone. She followed you to AutoZone?
She went to somebody else's house, stayed there until I left, and then followed me all the way there. She sideswiped my car. She's been following me all through traffic. I've been telling her to just leave me alone. I've been telling her to move away from my car because she keeps bothering me. She keeps antagonizing me. She keeps trying to hit me. So I'm just like, okay, can you move? I've already dealt with her trying to hit me and stuff, so I've been telling her, please move, please move. Can you move away from my car? Can you not touch my car? Do not touch my car. She opened my car window. She put her hand in the car. I did not know what she was gonna do.
You were in your driver's seat?
Yes.
In your car?
Yes.
Is your car still at AutoZone?
Yes, it should be.
What kind of car do you have?
A Chevy Cobalt.
What color is it?
White.
That's your car, it's registered to you?
It's registered under my mom's.
It's your mom's car. So she stuck her hand inside your car, like
She opened the door.
through the window.
No, she opened the door.
She opened the door. Your driver's side door?
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened from there?
She put her arm in the car and I just shot.
Were you in fear for your life, or
I was in fear in general because the way she reached, it was where my gun was.
did she have any weapons on her?
No, but she reached where my gun was. I don't know if she
where was your gun at when she reached in your car?
Seat.
It was by your seat.
Yeah.
On the left side?
My right side.
On your right side, like in between the center console?
And she reached all
Like
the way
to by her right knee? It was like in between the car seat and the center console?
Yeah.
Okay. And she was grabbing, so she would have had to grab over you.
She did.
Did she know that you had a gun?
This moment is huge for investigators. The suspect admits he threw the gun into a sewer, which instantly changes the focus of the case. Now, officers aren't just investigating a shooting, they're racing to recover critical evidence before it disappears. And listen carefully to the timing here. Right after he reveals where the gun went, officers transition into Miranda warnings. That's important because once questioning becomes custodial and incriminating statements are involved, police must advise the suspect of his rights before continuing detailed interrogation. A lot of viewers misunderstand this process online, but this is exactly why officers pause and formally read those rights here. The gun itself will later become one of the most important pieces of evidence in determining whether his self-defense claim holds up.
Why it has to get to this point so often, but I just called her. I seen where she was at, and I texted her.
30 radio.
She didn't answer, and then when I called her, she said, okay, she was getting weed, and I was like, okay. And I hung up. She said, while we was on the phone, well, she called me again.
What address were you at? That's when she started following you? All right, so she came to your house, and then she followed you all the way down here. What was she trying to do?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It seemed like she was about to hit my car several times. She got really close in between me and another car right there.
What kind of car did she have? Since she followed you in a car, right?
Yeah. Hyundai Altima.
She's got a Nissan Altima?
Hyundai. I can't think of it. It's in my phone.
She's got a Hyundai?
Yeah.
What color is it?
Gray.
Gray Hyundai.
Mm-hmm. I have the picture in my phone. I know I'm probably not able to have the phone, but I have the picture of her car in my phone. She actually hit my car a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Which sewer did you dump the gun at?
I'm not.
Is it on this street? What kind of gun? What is it?
A 9mm.
9mm, what's the make and model?
I'm not really too sure.
Is it yours? Or is it somebody else's?
Somebody else's.
Alright. So is one of these sewers around here? Couldn't be far, right? We're gonna have to get it.
Okay.
So your cooperation is gonna help out a lot.
I don't know what to
You don't know which sewer?
do. I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do.
I'm supposed to be going to the military soon.
You're supposed to be going to the military soon. What? How old are you?
22.
You're 22. What were you gonna do in the military?
IT specialist.
Did you apply?
Yes.
When was that supposed to start?
I was waiting till October.
Waiting till October. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna let this is your ex-girlfriend, current girlfriend, or something?
I wanted it to be my ex, guess current. I'm not really too sure how to put it, if I'm being honest.
You're gonna let this girl just kind of ruin what kind of future you could have?
Didn't know what to do.
How many times did you shoot?
I shot once.
Just one shot.
Yes.
Which hand did you shoot with?
Right.
Your right hand? You know what color the gun is?
Not
Is it gray, white, black?
brown.
What is it?
Brown.
Brown gun? Just a handgun?
Yes, sir. Do you have any water?
Water? I do not have any water. All right, just sit tight for us.
Here's where the entire case starts turning into a battle of narratives. Darian claims Riley opened the car door and reached toward the area where his gun was stored, saying he feared what she might do next. Investigators are carefully walking him through every movement, second by second, because details matter in self-defense cases: positioning, distance, body language, even which hand someone used can completely change legal interpretation. But there's also something else happening psychologically here. He keeps framing the situation as ongoing harassment and pressure, rather than one sudden confrontation. Detectives know people under stress often reveal inconsistencies over time, which is why they let suspects keep talking instead of interrupting constantly. Do you think his explanation sounds believable so far? Or are there already red flags appearing?
I called her sister. Her sisters are on the way.
I seen him jump over that fence.
Were you here? Did you witness it?
No, I was across the street. I heard the shot go off.
So you didn't hear it? You weren't here during it?
No, I wasn't here.
Okay, just in case. Where were you at?
I was crawling out of this truck when I heard the gunshot, and I walked outside, standing over her with a gun. He had the gun in his hand again, so I went back behind the truck and called 911 because I don't have mine with me currently.
All right. I appreciate your cooperation. Was you were not involved, wasn't hit or anything like that? I'm just
No.
wondering if we can move. Let me make sure, Detective. 1 second.
Yes,
Witness,
he
you
was with him.
Correct. Yes, I'm just wondering if he can move.
Yes.
I have his
Yeah, get him
witness.
out.
He said he saw him standing over her with a gun after the gunshot. Didn't see it, but saw him standing over her with the gun.
Okay.
She's yelling at him to the car. And then he comes in the store and like, he called the police, makes you know he's gone.
And I'm gonna get.
I saw the gentleman arguing with the gentleman when I came back from my delivery. And then he walked in and asked us to call the police. And then he walked outside the building, so the only camera that would see him is that one back there.
This section hits differently because the suspect suddenly shifts from explaining the shooting to talking about his future, specifically joining the military as an IT specialist. Investigators often allow these emotional pivots because suspects sometimes become more honest when they start realizing the long-term consequences of what just happened. And you can actually hear that realization setting in. 1 minute, he's describing the argument. The next, he's confronting the possibility that his entire future may be over. But officers are also still gathering technical details here. How many shots were fired? What hand he used? What the firearm looked like? Every one of those answers will later be compared against forensic evidence. The emotional tone may soften, but make no mistake, detectives are still building a case in real time.
So what happened, ma'am?
This is too much. They've been in a toxic relationship for a while now. I've called the police on her before because she came over. She broke windows out of his, cracked his windshield and tore his car up. I tried to get a restraining order. I live in Maple. They told me there was nothing they could do because he lives there and he'll probably allow her to keep coming over there. So
What is your relationship?
I'm his, Darian Hobby's mother. So I asked him to leave her alone. I talked to his family and her family. Oh, shaking. And I asked them to leave each other alone. From my understanding, they had left each other alone. She came over this morning and was ringing my doorbell. She said he called her and he hung up on her, and I want to know why.
He called her and hung up on her. Okay.
This is what she told me, and I want to know why he hung up on me. So I'm asking her to leave because I don't want you here. Why are you here? She said that they were still dating or whatever the whole time.
Okay.
She was upset because he came back in the house. He was done talking to her. He came back in the house, and she wanted him to continue to talk to her. Okay. So I kept asking her to leave. She finally left. He came in the house and said, "I'm finna go to AutoZone." He's supposed to came up here to get his battery checked because his battery went dead.
Is that
in his
the
car.
white car? His white car?
Yeah. Well, it's in my name. It's mine.
Right. Right.
So he came up here. As he was driving up the Libby, I seen her in the middle of the street. She was following him and like trying to hit his car going up Libby Road.
Okay.
I went back in the house because I'm working. You know, I have it on my Ring camera. Well, I have a Ring alarm when she came over. It should be a report as far as all this stuff. So like I said, she followed him up here. It was people, traffic backed up because he was trying to drive straight and she kept trying to crash into his car.
Go ahead.
So I don't know what happened when they got up here. He just called me and said something bad happened. I was just protecting myself. So I'm asking him what happened. He said, I shot her. I was trying to protect myself. So that was all I know. I got his location. I came up here to figure, you know.
So he called you up after he shot her and said, I was trying to protect myself.
Yeah.
So did you witness her trying to like run him off the road on Libby and stuff like that? You were driving behind?
Yeah.
And then did you just sort of let it go after that?
I let it go after that.
So you saw them, whatever, and then they took off. He said he's coming to AutoZone.
Yeah. I just know he said that he shot her and he was trying to protect himself.
Okay.
I know she was jumping on him before. A couple months back at our house, she was hitting him.
Did he file charges for domestic violence or anything like that? Did he?
He did, but I filed a report.
Okay.
And I asked her to leave and not to come back.
So I just think so according to Mom, she came over to his house this morning, causing a disturbance over there. It's a volatile relationship, and then she followed him up here after she left the house. And Mom witnessed her like trying to run him off the road and chasing him down Libby Road and all kinds of stuff like that. To me, it's pertinent information that she's chasing around here. And the first thing
investigators eventually recover the firearm, and this discovery dramatically raises the stakes. According to police, the weapon was a ghost gun, a firearm with no visible serial number. That means tracing ownership becomes far more difficult, and prosecutors often view that as an aggravating factor during criminal proceedings. At the same time, officers are interviewing witnesses who begin describing something very important. After the gunshot, the suspect allegedly stood over the victim while still holding the weapon. Witness recollections like these can heavily influence how juries interpret intent, panic, or remorse. But eyewitness testimony can also be inconsistent under stress, which is why detectives compare every statement against surveillance footage, physical evidence, and body cam timelines. This is where investigations stop being emotional stories and start becoming evidence puzzles.
police station and write
And
out
I
a
need to
statement
probably get
for
him a lawyer too.
us. That's up to you. That's completely
Will
up to you.
he be released today?
Will he be released today?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But
He's at Stolen.
yeah, he's
jail.
going to be at Solon jail. He's going to have to get interviewed by detectives and all that sort of stuff.
Is there any way I can talk to him?
No. He's an adult, right?
Yes.
You're not going to.
Did you find a weapon?
We have not found a weapon yet, but I don't know that. There's other people looking for a weapon right now, so it could have happened. I really don't know.
What happened up here?
What happened up here?
Yeah, I mean, what?
We don't know. That's what we're trying to sort out. That's why you're.
None of the people in AutoZone, no one's seen what happened up here? They don't have cameras up here or anything?
We're working on all of that. We're working on interviewing all kinds of witnesses and trying to figure out what happened here. I don't know what happened. I got here well after the fact.
Okay,
but these are detectives now.
Ownership of my car.
That car right there, that's going to probably get towed based on the situation, and we're going to be investigating that car, going through it, seeing what's going on with the car, because it was part of the crime, clearly, if he drove it up here. So,
So how would I know what's going on with her?
I don't know what's going on with her.
I mean,
either.
how would I find out, like, what charges he's going to get?
So,
What her condition is?
So, we don't know any of that.
Okay.
I don't know any more than you do right now, so I can't tell you, and I don't know how I would tell you to tell her. You know, you can check with hospitals or whatever, but you're like, we're not gonna broadcast that information to you, and you would know what his charges are. We would let you know all that sort of stuff, but I don't know. It's not like we're gonna call you up and say that. By all accounts, he shot her, and what you're claiming he told you was self-defense.
I've seen her being aggressive toward him. I've seen her. She's hit him and everything else.
So that's what we have to piece together. What happened here? Okay.
I know before she came over, she had something in her trunk. Cause you see the windshield is cracked. She cracked this windshield, so she had something in her trunk.
That was from a prior altercation.
Probably a couple months ago when I called. and filed a report.
What type of relationship did?
Now the suspect's mother enters the picture, and her statement adds a completely new layer to the investigation. She describes a volatile relationship, previous domestic incidents, damaged vehicles, and claims that Riley had allegedly acted aggressively in the past. In many homicide cases involving couples, detectives spend enormous time reconstructing relationship history because prior patterns can influence motive, fear, and credibility. But here's the critical part. Investigators later review ring footage from earlier that day and reportedly say the victim did not appear aggressive or armed at the house. That doesn't automatically prove or disprove self-defense during the final confrontation, but it does complicate the narrative being presented. This is why these cases become so difficult publicly. Different witnesses describe completely different versions of the same relationship.
So what happened? Like what
They were just arguing. The argument just got to a point where
started over in Maple Heights. Okay.
And she said, "Pull over, let's talk." So eventually they ended up pulling over in AutoZone. I went to
So
pull
he
over.
went into AutoZone and out of AutoZone?
Yeah, he shot her,
went in, told him to call 911.
and then came back out,
And then came back out.
and then like tried to pick her up.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that. He came right up to her, which was right in the general direction of me, so I went back behind the
Yeah, and
truck.
that's why I ran into the car to pull off, because I'm like, oh, don't shoot me. Like, he already don't like me, so don't shoot me.
Right.
So, so when I pull off and I see that he's trying to pick her up and trying to help her, I pull the car back around, because I'm like, okay, maybe he's a little bit more sane right now. And I think when I heard the ambulance coming, that's when I pulled the car over here to get out of the way.
Right,
of the
okay,
ambulance.
fair enough, yeah. So the interaction, you were sitting in the car right behind when he shot her?
Yeah.
What was going on during that time?
So she came back to the car, so she went to his car. They talked for about like 5 minutes. She came to her car, asked did I find her phone. I found her phone, I handed it to her. Phone is like done for, it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
And I handed it to her, and so I go back to she goes back to the car. I'm still sitting behind the seat. She says, you broke my phone again for the second time. And then, I don't know what happened in that little amount of time, but as he's getting out the car, I hear the gunshot. It didn't even sound like a gunshot. It sounded like a BB gun, like a firecracker, something like that. It didn't sound like a gunshot. So I'm like,
where was she standing when that happened?
like, this is the door. This is his driver's side. This is him getting out the car. He shot her. She fell on her
She just
back.
pretty much fell back.
Yeah, she literally just fell back. She did.
This may be the most important testimony in the entire footage. Riley's friend says she was present during the confrontation and describes a version of events that sharply conflicts with Darian's self-defense claim. According to her, there was arguing, but she says Riley was unarmed, barefoot, and simply upset about her broken phone moments before the shot was fired. She also describes Riley falling immediately after being shot, with no physical struggle visible from her perspective. Investigators pay extremely close attention to witness positioning during interviews like this, where someone was sitting, what angle they had, what distractions existed, because memory during traumatic events can be imperfect. But emotionally, this testimony completely changes the atmosphere of the case. Suddenly, the shooting sounds less like an immediate life-threatening struggle and more like an argument that escalated catastrophically.
When do you think he broke her phone?
The first time?
Well, no, this time today.
Oh, I think when she said when you hit my car, you broke my phone.
He hit her car?
Yeah.
Where did he
tapped her the side of her car when we were driving. This little dip right here.
Okay.
That's it. And pushed her mirror in the mirror.
So the front that's old damage?
Yeah, this is old.
Okay. And nothing back here. So where did that happen at?
I'm honestly, I could not tell you where we were driving. The whole time I'm on my computer playing The Sims while all of this is happening. Like,
Sims?
Yeah, it's a game. It's just a game. But I'm just playing the game on my computer while they're arguing. Yeah.
Right. And they're like while they're driving, they're arguing, or this is while you were here, they were arguing.
Well, while they were driving, nobody's arguing. They're just going to AutoZone. And
were they like cutting each other off and?
She was behind him the whole time.
She was behind him?
Yeah.
Was she driving up next to him at all?
She did one time. So she was like, can we pull over? And I don't know what he said to her. But I'm guessing he said AutoZone. Like, let's go to AutoZone. Because we end up at
In the end, this case became a tragic example of how volatile relationships, emotional escalation, and access to firearms can collide in seconds with irreversible consequences. Investigators had to piece together multiple competing stories. The suspect claiming fear and self-defense, family members describing a toxic history, and witnesses challenging key parts of his account. Police recovered the ghost gun, analyzed witness statements, reviewed surveillance evidence, and ultimately prosecutors secured a guilty plea for involuntary manslaughter and tampering with evidence. Darian Hobley was sentenced to 8 to 10.5 years in prison. Cases like this also show how bodycam footage captures far more than just arrests. It reveals human emotion, confusion, trauma, and the difficult decisions investigators must sort through afterward. Do you think the evidence supported self-defense? Or did this situation cross a legal line the moment the trigger was pulled? If you found this breakdown as intense as we did, make sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real-life bodycam breakdowns and in-depth incident analysis.